Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Black Monday. The three-time making a guest appearance there for a second. Those buttons sometimes get a little trippy. Little trippy. Jeffrey, how are we doing on this Black Monday, my friend?
It's a dark Monday. It's a dark Monday. That's all I'm going to say. It was a tough day yesterday. It's always tough when you're relying on, the New Orleans Saints to go in and beat the Falcons on their Super Bowl. What a miserable existence it must be to be a Falcons fan, right? Like, what you had 28-3, that was the last time you were relevant, But it was cool. They came out, man. They played every one of their starters. They played their tail off. They were playing for something yesterday. It wasn't their coach's job, I can tell you that, because he already got fired. But it was for something. So good for the Falcons, man. Good for the Falcons. Poverty franchise. Bunch of losers.
Definitely poverty franchise, and they were one of the first ones to kick off Black Monday by firing Raheem Morris yesterday, as well with the general manager. Which, there was a lot of stuff that we talked about. Yeah. Kevin Stefanski is also gone. No, Kevin Stefanski. I'm sorry. Arizona coach.
Gannon fired.
Yeah. Gannon out as well. But we'll get into that as well. Let's just keep it right here with Raheem. First of all, the general manager kind of shocking everybody after drafting Michael Penix Jr. after signing Kirk Cousins to the big deal, right? And that whole conflict of interest, that video has been resurfacing with Arthur Blank, kind of approaching him, being like, "What was that?" While I think you were actually a good opponent or proponent of Michael Penix Jr., his injury history was extensive. And to take him 8th overall like that, when I think a lot of people thought him maybe go way late first round, maybe even second round, was definitely a surprise. I know it surprised the Chicago Bears when they were sitting at 10 and a lot of the other ones. But I will say this, the team did continue to play for him, and they won the last 4 games. To get fired like that when it looks like your stock is projecting up. I'm sorry, I got like 0 sleep last night. Projecting up is it? I don't know. Just kept waking up.
Was it because of the Bears-Lions game?
No. Honestly, we'll get into that. Don't start. So Jeff, immediate thoughts on Raheem Morris, and of course the Atlanta Falcons with that win did knock the Tampa Bay Buccaneers out of playoff contention. Did you see that? Happen to see the TikTok of Baker Mayfield, what his wife posted of him watching the game?
No.
Yeah. Let me see if I can pull that up while you're giving your thoughts. And Jeff, while we do this, I would like to get not only your thoughts on the Atlanta Falcons and the state of that shambles of an organization, but then obviously what happens with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers moving forward. Buff, what's up, buddy?
What's up, Buff? What's up, Justice? Listen, I'm never a proponent of firing coaches, unless it's like egregious. I just think that some of the best places that you see most of the times have continuity throughout. And I think if you get a guy who's decent, who can fire the boys up, who knows X's and O's, then it's really tough for me to want to move on from him. So I think this sucks for Raheem Morris. I could see him maybe coming back to Tampa in a role, where he started. I don't think the Bucs are making any moves whatsoever. So what you can go back to the TikTok if you want.
That was the video.
That was the extent of it.
Yeah. This is his wife. I would love to be able to zoom in on this somehow. Unfortunately, I'm just not that inclined.
Yeah. Tough game to watch, frustrating in many senses because I thought New Orleans balled out on defense. I thought they played fantastic. I think Chase Young has been an absolute difference maker this year after being left for dead. 10 sacks on the
why
year.
The Bears didn't pick him up.
10 sacks on the year this year. Unbelievable. I think the Saints found their quarterback. He made a bad read. They're driving down the field, makes a bad read, throws a pick. Alford runs it back. If you think about the ways that Atlanta scored, it was pretty much only off of turnovers or the block punt, right? They get the touchdown off the block punt. Everything else, it's just, it was what it was. I didn't think Atlanta played great, but they sure were fired up, and their stadium was absolutely sold out. Every time I looked up, the stadium was going absolutely insane. So
kind of cool to also see the people in the stands with the Bucks jerseys and the Panthers jerseys.
Okay, yeah, I don't. There's so many random NFL jerseys every single game you go to. It's like,
yeah, but I mean, obviously, you know,
the cameraman just, you know.
I thought it was also wild that they had cameras set up in Tampa and Carolina for at the bars watching the game as well.
Yeah, I mean, it was so funny, the dichotomy of what the Tampa Bay bar looked like as opposed to the Carolina bar. The Carolina bar, there was like 8 people in there, right? The Tampa bar was just, it's Florida. You guys, you don't even, whatever.
Yeah.
Good luck. Good luck to the Carolina Panthers. Congratulations on winning the division.
Who come out and get a 10-point spread, right?
Yeah, right, 10-point underdogs at home. I can tell you which side we'll be on this coming week, and that will definitely be the 10-point home underdog, without a doubt.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what's happening. We'll see. We'll see. The Chicago Bears did also play a game yesterday, Jeffrey, and they lost once again to the Detroit Lions. They are now 0-4 against the Detroit Lions during the Caleb era, 0-2 for the Ben Johnson era. And it was another pathetic performance. It really was. Yeah, I mean, they secured the number 2 seed. They're going to play the Packers again for the 3rd time. I don't like it at all. I mean, they needed an absolute miracle to beat the Packers in the second meeting. I think Bears are cooked here, man. I see a lot of distress signals coming out. The offense is just not gelling anymore. I don't know what's happening. 0 points until about 9 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. The defense, arguably the first half, they looked terrible. They gave up 16 points. The second half, they came out and they shut them down realistically. This bend, don't break crap doesn't work with me. But, of course, when the chips were on the table, the Lions pretty much did whatever they want. And here's what I just don't understand about this bend, don't break, and I talked about it before, is you let the Lions have 8-minute drives and give up a field goal. Okay, that's great and all. But at the end of the day, you're giving your offenses 2 possessions. And they have to capitalize every single possession. And when they don't, this is what happens. I don't agree with it. I mean, the personnel that between the secondary stuff, these are not slubs. These are not terrible players. But when you get 0 pressure on a quarterback, they're going to pick you apart. And guess what? Yes, we had 11 wins throughout the season. How many of them were fourth quarter miracles come back by Caleb? You're not going to have that in the playoffs. And this is why I really think here that the Bears have had a great season, an absolutely overachieving season. I did not expect them to win a round of the playoffs to begin with. But to get knocked out by the Packers will be a kick in the balls that will resonate for longer than the good season resonated with. We will come out of this not in a good way. Now, if we were playing the Rams, the 49ers, the Eagles, hell, even the Panthers, I could care less. But the fact that you're probably going to lose to your in-state rivals, or not in-state, you know what I'm saying? Just the rivals, it's not going to be good, man. It's going to be kicking the balls. Do I give them a chance? Sure, I do. I don't know what happened this game against Detroit. I don't know what happened against the game with the Eagles. Obviously, the Eagles put all their starters, but it did. Somebody posted it appears that nobody wants to play the Packers. I don't know if I want to play the Packers again anyway, but it just didn't make any sense to me. The offense was terrible. The defense is what it is. We've seen the defense. I don't give them much chance going forward. I thought it was a great season. You won the NFC North. Congratulations. You made it into the play. I mean, it is what it is. But hang your heads high, Bears fans. It's been a good season. We do have a shot going against Green Bay. I don't like them to win at all. And I think that's just going to take away from this great season that we've had. A lucky season, ball bouncing our way type of season. And then to get kicked in the nuts by the Packers on the way out, it's going to leave such a bad taste. And Jeff has quick buttons.
No. Yeah, my bad. I was trying to look for the unmute button right there. I don't know why my niece is just absolutely screaming downstairs over and over again. No clue. I will say this. I think the Bears win.
There's a part of me, Jeff, that wanted to look at this Detroit Lions game. Me and Cousin Clay have had this conversation numerous times. Sometimes it feels like when Ben Johnson has a really big opponent coming up, that he doesn't expose his entire playbook the game before.
Of course.
I hope that that was the case. I really do. Because the playbook that was rolled out this week was trash.
Yeah, I
and this
just
is
think
talking about Detroit Lions
Green Bay's still
secondary.
banged up, though.
It doesn't, but okay, but who the Chicago Bears defense can't stop a nosebleed. Therefore, if the offense doesn't score in every single possession, it's not good. I mean, the San Francisco game, that was it right there. And the defense actually scored you a pick six, and you still lost because the offense didn't score every play. That's where I'm having the issues, especially against this Detroit Lions game, is the offense just wasn't there.
Yeah, but you're at home. You're in Chicago. You have
they
a
were
chance
at home yesterday.
Exercise these. Yeah, it's a week 18
exercise the demons.
Exactly. Exercise these Packers demons.
I don't like it, man.
You have a chance to get off the schneid, bro. Get off the schneid. Okay.
I don't.
That's what the Bears are going to do this week. They're going to get off that Packers schneid. All right. Chad, I actually love all those. I do think Carolina 10 points is just too much. I don't care who you're playing, without a doubt. Philly, yes, please. Jacksonville. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I like all those.
Chargers.
Houston scares me. I will say this. Houston scares me. Out of those. For the simple fact that it's like Pittsburgh's defense is built for cold weather outdoors, right? Now you're going to get Houston coming in there, CJ Stroud. I know he can play in the cold, but like, I don't know. They're going to have to beat them through the air, which is exactly how the Ravens did it. But I just don't know if they can. And I don't know.
What part of CJ Stroud through the air concerns you?
I just have a weird feeling about it.
So nothing statistically, nothing, just bad feelings.
Yeah, kind of. Also, like 3 points on the road. It's too much for me. It's going to get to a Tomlin spot, I feel like, where I have to take Tomlin.
Well, you should have bet him at minus 130 money line last week, like I did. Yeah, we talked about this on Friday to go to the divisional round. So basically, it's a money line game. I got a minus 130 here. Yeah. I definitely like it.
You're right.
I think
you're
that
100%
defense is
correct.
I think that defense is just. I think it's going to eat them alive. I mean, you just got DK Metcalf, who also hasn't played for 2 games. Aaron Rodgers now has a little bit of synergy with some other people, but now he's going to be force fed back to DK. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but which QB are we talking about? Oh, you must be talking about. I think he's talking about Drake May because I said Chargers plus 3.5.
Oh yeah,
I'm assuming you're talking about Drake May there, Chad. But yeah, let's get into it. First of all, the Pittsburgh Steelers do beat the Baltimore Ravens on a last-second missed field goal. Shout out to the kicker there. I could have cared less which one won. However, I did have the over 1.5 kicker parlay for some serious units, 2 units to win 6.7 units. I went to bed at halftime after Tomlin decided to not kick that field goal on the 2-yard line with 2 seconds left, and I gave it up, only to wake up the next morning to realize that it was still very much in play and should have won. But it is what it is. We don't care. We don't hold on to bad grudges. Jeff, sometimes you're on the right side of money, and it just does not work out for you. So the NFL playoffs are set. Saturday, Rams headed to Panthers. We just talked about this. Panthers catching 10 at home. It definitely seems like a lot. However, it is also one of those things I feel like, Jeff, it could get also out of hand very quickly. To Chad's point, Young QB's first playoff games. This will be Bryce Young's first playoff game, correct?
Correct. I think the difference here is that they have a really, really good defense in Carolina. Carolina can play defense, and they can feed off that crowd. And weird stuff happens in Carolina sometimes. It is different too. You know, you're going back to the scene of the crime, in a sense, right? With the Rams here. So,
Chad, I'm assuming you're talking about the Rams, not Seattle. Yeah, I mean, 10 is a lot, but man, I don't know, dude. Sometimes when that Ram team gets rolling, I just, I don't know. Adams back, Puka, the tight ends that are now on.
Bryce Young's going to have to use his legs a little bit in this game. If they're going to have any chance. He's going to have to pick up some big first downs outside the pocket, running around. It's going to be imperative that happens. So we'll see. But, I mean, Dave Canales can scheme it up as well, too. So, I don't know. I do like getting 10 points there, though, for Carolina. Everybody, tell me who wants to bet Carolina here. Jeremy, put your hand down.
I don't.
I don't either. But I have to.
Oh, yeah, Chad, you're talking about this week. Okay, yeah. Jeff, me and the Panthers, we're just not there yet. We're just not there yet. It looked at his the week 7 schedule after week 7.
Chad, Chad, you had to have a great week last week, and I know it finished up strong with last night as well too. That was a little touch and go there for a minute, but I'm glad that the 3.5 came through, and I'm glad that we didn't finally fuck another trend. Honestly, so many times we take these trends that are 60, 70, 80, and this one just happens to be 95%. But we took a trend, we hammered it, and it actually continued to trend where it should have. So thank God.
Yeah, Chad, definitely. This is what we were talking about right there. Minus 130 on Friday, and it's minus 179. I think over here it is minus 175. Wow, Hard Rock has a line.
I was really off on Dallas too. I thought Dak was going to have a good game. I thought CD and Pickens would eat. I thought people were going to try to hit numbers. End of the year, last game, you're playing the Giants.
Can I also talk about this for just a second? Like
the Giants just.
Well, ESPN did this segment, Straight Cash, homie. Adam Schefter's tweeting out all of this stuff like, this guy just made another $500,000. This guy just made $1 million.
Yeah.
And I don't think that that's going over as well as a lot of people think that it is. Yeah, especially when you're paying $600 for a ticket, right? And this dude catches one ball and just cashed $500,000. Like, we all get it. They're professional athletes and they make a shitload of money. But I don't think that, we're talking about players making an extra millions of dollars of this, that, and the other. I don't think that that's going over as well as they think that segment is. I mean, again, happy for the players. But when you start throwing millions of dollars in people's faces, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't need to hear it. I guess it's me, Jeff. I'm the bitter Betsy. That's me.
Well, it's funny, right? And we were saying this, like, it really depends on organization. Right, like you saw the Bucks try as hard as they possibly could last year to try to get Mike, his 1,000-yard season. You saw even when Gronk was there, not the Bucks doing it, but Brady trying to force feed him that as well too. But then you had the Niners, right? Like Kendrick Bourne needed 1 catch for 7 yards against Seattle to hit a $500,000 bonus.
Yeah,
0 catches. So you can bet these, sometimes, but you also got to look at it from is the team really that committed to you to where they want you to be happy for an owner to shell out an extra couple mil? At the end of the day, is Kendrick Bourne really gonna move the needle for the 49ers? Probably not.
But the fact they have 0 catches, though, how many
0 catches?
Did he even have a target? Did he play?
He had 1 target. Brock Purdy skipped it about 5 yards before him on an out route. I think that was one of the last plays of the game too.
Well, next up Saturday night, Jeff, is the Bears Packers here. I've kind of already had my little stint. I just don't like the Bears going into this. I feel like they're kind of into it limping after the loss to San Francisco, after the loss to Detroit. But the Packers are also coming into it limping, and I will say that. And I guess know your enemy, I guess would be a good line here. I mean, obviously these teams definitely know each other. They know their tendencies. I'm sure that something's going to be schemed up. I just do not trust the Bears defense, bro. That defense is bad. It is so porous. We cannot get any pressure on it. I think Jordan Love's just going to pick them apart. Obviously, the last game, bunch of passes over the top. I mean, I'm sure that will get going. I don't know if this is defensive schemes, coverages. I did listen to a little bit of Rex Ryan, who obviously is one of the greatest defensive minds, but he was talking about how they just pretty much advertise their coverage. They're like, okay, this is cover 2. Here it is. Come get it. They don't disguise their coverages at all. They don't move around. They don't try to, trip up the quarterbacks. It's just pretty much, hey, we're sitting here. Oh, yep, man. Yep, we're staying in man. Come on. Just beat us. I don't know, man. Again, great season. I had just going in with low expectations. I really don't want to lose to the Packers. I can't handle that. I can't. And I don't think the city of Chicago can. I think it's going to be a very tough spot here for the Bears.
It's kind of interesting when you break down the way that the do you have it, the playoff bracket? You want to bring it up?
Sure.
I have it right here, actually. Oh, never mind. I messed it up. It's just interesting the way that the different sides kind of line up here. Because obviously, like, do you think I don't think, like, I don't have Broncos or Seahawks making it to the Super Bowl. Do you?
I think the Seahawks have a shot just simply for the defense. And I think that's probably why people are giving the Broncos the same shot. Is just because the defense is so good. And Jeff, as we know, defense wins championships.
Yeah, I think the biggest problem for me is just I don't believe in Sam Darnold. And I don't believe that if stuff starts to go wrong, that he has the mental fortitude to be able to persevere through that and bounce through. Just because I've seen it time and time again where he melts down for like weeks. But
let's look at it. Obviously, the
right?
Seahawks are going to play the lowest remaining seed out of these games. So we have Panthers, Rams. I think we can both agree that the Rams, regardless
the
of
Rams,
they cover,
should win the game. Correct. Yes.
Okay. Eagles 49ers here is pretty interesting. I think that we're both kind of leaning towards the Eagles, but this is also to me like almost a coin flip. And Bears Packers. So let's just say this to me is another coin flip. So if the Packers beat the Bears, they are going to the Seattle Seahawks. The Seattle Seahawks are beating the Green Bay Packers. They are. Now, if the 49ers beat the Eagles, they are going to the Seahawks. We've already seen them dismantle the 49ers. And then over here, if the Eagles beat the 49ers, then the Rams play the Seahawks. And honestly, I think that the Rams against the Seahawks are going to be their hardest challenge if the Rams go to the Seahawks. So a lot has to happen for that. So the Eagles have to beat the 49ers. The Bears have to beat the Packers. But I think regardless, I mean, as long as they don't go up against the Rams, they're going to be in the conference championship.
Yeah, I mean, I could see it being LA and Philly conference championship weekend.
Well, if that were the case, then LA, again, I think LA is Seattle's biggest threat. If they can avoid them in this round here, the divisional round, then I think they're going to be fine to get to the conference round. So here we go. So let's just say we think that the Eagles and Bears are going to win here. Okay. That's who we think. Well, I mean, they're both toss-ups, but whatever. So Eagles, Bears, then we got Eagles, Bears here in Chicago. I think that the Eagles will probably get that done again here. So that would mean that we would have Rams, Seahawks. That would be just probably one of the games of the year. And I agree with Chad. I don't think that the Rams are going to lose to the Seahawks in this one at all.
Yeah, that's why I think it'd be like Rams Eagles in your championship. And then if you look at the other side, like that could get really messy, dude. Like the Chargers. Let's say the Chargers.
Let's go through it.
Let's say the Chargers beat the Patriots.
Okay, so then they're going to play the Broncos.
And I think the Chargers can beat the Broncos.
Which would
And then
honestly,
like,
then I think we're going to be what here? Texans,
Jags, right? To go
I like
to
Texans could go all the way, dude. I mean, they really could. That's wild.
Right? So then it's like Texans, Jags, and then it's whoever wins that plays the Chargers. But you could have the Chargers and the Rams in the fucking Super Bowl.
I just don't think the Chargers get past the Broncos defense though. With the way that the Broncos can get to the quarterback and their secondary, the way that they cover, and the inability of the Chargers offensive line to be able to hold people off.
I think that's cap. Because Surtain can take away one guy. Who are you going to take away? Keenan Allen, Ladd McConkey, Quentin Johnson. I mean, the problem is that there's other guys who are supplementary, right? And now you have Hampton and Vidal both coming out of the backfield.
They can just drop into a zone.
But the only way that Denver gets pressure is because they bring pressure at the highest rate of anybody in the NFL. They blitz more than anybody in the NFL. It's not like they get natural pressure like Seattle does with 4 guys. They have to bring blitzes from everywhere. So I think a guy like Herbert can take advantage of that, especially when you have those little underneath guys like McConkey who are able to read. And you talk about running a zone, man, McConkey can just sit down anywhere he wants to. So that's tough. I don't know. I'm not a Bo Nix guy. So I just don't believe that this Broncos team, as it's currently constructed, is going to be all that.
Where's their weakness? Obviously, you're going to say QB then? I mean, where else is their weakness?
Yeah, I mean,
they're the best defense in the NFL, or second best defense to the Seattle Seahawks. It's crazy. The defenses 1 and 2 are literally both the number 1 seeds.
Yeah,
I mean that's what we're talking about. Defense wins championship. So where is the weakness? Bo Nix?
Yeah, I think their defense is a slightly fraudulent. I think Patrick Surtain takes away a lot of things that they do, and also like their defense has been scored on by really bad football teams at certain points of the year. So I just don't really believe in them. And I want to be able to believe in Seattle because I think Charbonnet is running the ball so well right now. Kenneth Walker looks great as well too, which has really been able to alleviate Sam a little bit and take some stuff off of his shoulders. But it's going to be tough for me to trust Sam Darnold. So I'm with you, Chad. I'm going to fade the Patriots week 1. I think Jacksonville beats Buffalo. Because I think Buffalo is masking a lot of their weaknesses as well, too, on some of these games that they've been playing. That Steelers-Texans game is going to be really close to me. I think the Steelers defense is kind of coming to its own here.
Oh, wait. Oh, the whole thing shows up. Oops.
We don't
need that. In there. Yeah, I lost 10 units. This is a bad week. Yeah, so Bills, Jags actually +1 at home.
Yeah.
That's an interesting line.
Did you see the Bills jerseys yesterday?
I did not.
They should wear those always.
Oh,
those are the old school, the old school with like the red helmets that they used to wear back in the day. It was just no, I'm with you, Chad. I don't disagree with that. I don't see how Pittsburgh scores more than 17 points either. But I also don't know if Houston's going to be scoring all that many points either. That's my only thing. Outdoors, at night, in Pitt, they were humming last night. Lamar played well last night, honestly. Like, Lamar made a couple throws there at the end and really exposed them. I was surprised because Lamar still can't really use his legs. So
he did have a couple scrambles.
He had the one where he broke through both guys and then hit Zay wide open down the field. So, yeah. He said 1 touchdown and 5 field goals. It's pretty funny.
Couldn't get two there though. All right, Jeffrey. Can we is there a bracket we can fill out here?
I don't think so. I thought there was. I
think it's on
but
NFL.com.
it would be funny to see LA in the Super Bowl, and the Super Bowl's in California. Do you think they would be able to sell out one of those games?
Maybe.
Who would have more fans, Rams or Chargers?
Rams.
Yeah.
Rams. All right, let's roll this. Let's give out our picks here, Jeffrey. Let's do this. All right, Panthers, Rams. We're both taking the Panthers plus 10.
Correct.
Bears, Packers. I am staying away.
What's the
1?
Hold on,
might as well just take the money line at this point.
Logging into Hard Rock right now.
Might as well just
all lines provided by Hard Rock Bet, not a sponsor yet.
Pay me my money.
49ers looked like dog shit.
Okay, we're on Packers, Bears, Jeff.
I know. I'll take the Bears money line.
Okay, I am definitely staying away. Bills, Jags. I'm with you. I like the Jags +1 at home. I'll take the 1 here for the push.
This has got to move a little bit for me. I want more than 1 point.
I don't know if it's going to, though. I think a lot of money is going to be coming in on Jacksonville. It might actually go the other way, but probably not. The Bills Mafia, and they'll come out and figure it out. So,
Also,
where do you want to bet this? You really think it's going to get to 2.5?
You're going to bet against Josh Allen?
Yes.
This seems dirty. I was talking about this. It just seems like what the Bills have done is just like try to put a Band-Aid on this entire thing when it comes to wide receiver. Like they have Palmer and Brandon Cooks and Gabe Davis, and they have all these B and C receivers that they've brought in to try to put a Band-Aid on this thing. And
Mitchell Trubisky was dropping dimes to all of them, baby. Dropping dimes.
Also, can we talk about this Josh Allen record of consecutive starts and how bullshit it is that they bring this guy in to hand the ball off for 1 play to James Cook and run off the field?
But you're fine with somebody holding a sack record by playing an entire extra game?
Absolutely.
Well, what's the big holdup here? So it's a consecutive start streak. So what does he need to play the first quarter, first half?
He has to start the game. So like yesterday, he came in.
No, but you're saying that the record is bullshit because he played 1 snap. So what I'm asking you is what would suffice your appetite?
I think it's bullshit anytime that you're extending a record just for the case of extending the record. Does that make sense?
So if he would have played the entire first quarter, would that been suffice?
Sure.
Okay. There you go. Josh, next time play the first quarter. Or how about just the first series?
It just seems grimy to me. Run him in, hand the ball off, run him off the field. Go put a jacket on, bud. Don't worry, your streak's intact.
Yeah, I whatever. I dig it. He's healthy. He could have played the thing. Now, there's been times where I do believe somebody's been injured and actually gone out there and took a fake first snap and then came out. That's hokey. But he's fine. He just didn't want to get hurt for the playoffs. I don't mind that at all. I do mind the extra sack record, though, but we'll talk about that in a second. So Bills, Jags, just waiting on this one. 49ers, Eagles. I think we both like the Eagles here.
I don't like the 3.5.
I like it at 3.
I like it at 3. I don't like the 3.5. I just
three seems
Shanahan can get in his bag. I understand they're so injured over there in San Fran. It's every year. I don't know what they got to fix, but every single year they're injured. Sucks.
Yeah. Maybe it's all the herbs out there. Maybe they don't use my herbs.
What kind of herbs?
Whichever ones that they're taking instead of the medical supplements that they should be. Chargers, Patriots. We're both like the Chargers +3 and 5 here. Yes.
Instead of Toradol, they're
yes. No ivermectin. We're taking plants.
It's crazy. Yeah, I like Chargers here for sure.
Awesome. Yeah, I agree with that. We're gonna get into that into a second as well. Justice.
Where we couldn't disagree more.
And Texas Steelers. I already took the Texans -130 on this for a huge amount. Not a huge 3 units. I still like the Texans here -3. I don't think that the Steelers talk about fraudulent teams. I mean, they shouldn't even be in the playoffs. That's how fraudulent they are.
Give me Pittsburgh here. I just think it's going to be a close game, a low scoring game. I saw some throws from Rodgers last night that were like, wow,
amazing. Yeah.
like that
But
is on.
But when you got that
rope.
Texas D line coming fast, now I will say some of those throws he threw them way open. Yeah, D line coming in your face fast.
Jesus. Yeah, I just I don't know. I have a weird feeling here that Pittsburgh they look really confident. I know they missed DK Metcalf the past 2 games. It's very blatantly obvious, but it has allowed Rodgers, I feel like, to get a little bit of a rapport going into the playoffs with some of these other guys who really haven't. I mean,
to the same people. Pat Freiermuth,
Adam Thielen,
MVS. Adam Thielen did have a goal. Yeah. I'll give it to you that.
MVS had a big catch there as well. You know, Austin. I don't know. That's another team though that I feel like is just like the Bills, where like they don't know what to do with wide receiver too, so they just have a bunch of like MVS, Adam Thielen, like whatever, you know, Pro Bowler there was 4 years ago. Come on down. It's your shot.
Whoever's available, absolutely. Well, let's get back into Black Monday for just 1 second. We talked about Raheem Morris. Kevin Stefanski also fired Jeffrey. Thoughts on this one?
Thank God. Finally, some justice. Kevin Stefanski.
Everybody thought that he will be scooped up immediately.
Sure.
I agree, Chad.
I thought
Carroll also fired.
He's mishandled the entire thing. I don't even know why Pete Carroll even went there. Why did Pete Carroll go to Las Vegas? Why did Las Vegas hire Pete Carroll?
Why did they hire Chip Kelly?
What a tandem.
Is Tom Brady going to become the Michael Jordan of the executive world?
It's funny. I was watching him on the Pizza Hut commercial, and somebody at the bar yesterday said, "Man, you buy the Raiders, all of a sudden you can start delivering pizzas."
Yeah.
I was like, "Damn, that's pretty funny, actually."
He very well might be the Michael Jordan of the executive world, because you can't tell me he didn't have a say in all of that. Yeah, I think I think Kevin Stefanski to Atlanta sounds pretty sexy with all of the offensive weapons that they have, who also bring in Matt Ryan as president of operations.
What makes you think that Kevin Stefanski can evaluate a quarterback at all?
He doesn't have to. There's 2 already there. And they have a sleeping giant on the practice squad just waiting to be unleashed.
I think he's right where he needs to be on the practice squad.
That's fine.
Just like most Gator quarterbacks.
Yeah. Okay.
Speaking of, did you see who?
Yes. I did.
The world works in mysterious ways. I don't think he's coming there, but
you can have
he'd be
him.
great in Gus's offense.
No, you can have him. I mean, nothing, whatever. You think you're going to pay $3 million for him?
He doesn't have to do a lot. All he has to do is just run here and there and then hit some deep shots every once in a while.
Your poor franchise can't afford a $3 million quarterback.
I agree. We can't afford to fire Mike.
Yeah.
But I don't know what they were paying for Tommy. I know they were paying over $1 million. I think $1.5 million for Tommy. So
he was getting 3.8 at Florida. 3.8.
Well, he's definitely taking a pay cut.
For those of you who don't know what we're talking about,
DJ Lagway did visit Florida State, or he's visiting Florida State today, and then going to Virginia later on in the day.
What a fall from grace.
Probably flying on a PJ.
Yeah, what a fall from grace. Yeah. Well, with that being said, we do have the Final Four of the NCAA playoffs starting off Thursday. Miami -3.5 against Ole Miss. I think that we can finally say that we're starting to get into some good games. Finally, now we're back down to the Final Four here, a little bit closer. Obviously, Oregon, Indiana favored by 4.5. Indiana favored to win it all. First of all, Jeff, who wins the Miami Ole Miss game? Does Ole Miss stand a chance here, or does this Miami defense eat them up?
I mean, if they're going to mitigate pressure, it's good to have a running quarterback like Chambliss. So I think it will be a close game. I don't think it'll be a blowout. Miami doesn't blow anybody out. But the problem is that I don't think Ole Miss will be able to stop Miami, and Miami will definitely be able to stop Ole Miss. So I wouldn't take the 3.5 here. I don't really like the number. If you want to, I would just take the money line. I think it's probably a little bit safer. It is a lot of juice.
Can I also say this before? I saw this on one of the ESPN best bets. This chick was on here. It looked like she just rolled out of bed, whatever. And she was one of her best bets was a minus 175 line.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great advice from a professional sports bettor to give out a minus 175. Great analysis there. I wish I remembered exactly what it was because I'm pretty sure it lost.
What's the first half? Illinois Montana State tonight as well, too, if you want to take a fun little over. First half total points, 25.5 first half total points. I like the under there.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Seems like a lot, but we've seen the Ole Miss team that can come out and run a gun and just hit that deep ball. So
yeah,
I don't know. I'm not touching it. Friday, we have Oregon, Indiana. Jeffrey, Indiana again, the storyline here, 4.5 points. Seems like a lot against this Oregon team.
I don't know why I'm trending toward Oregon here. I think maybe I'm watching too many Dan Lanning hype videos on TikTok, and I'm just like falling down the rabbit hole of the Dan Lanning juice. But as Tyson says sometimes, you know, how do you say it again? Too much
jizz, too much riz.
That's what it is. Yeah. Maybe it's some of that. But I feel
too
like maybe
too much riz.
We're kind of trending that way with Cignetti now, you know? Like
he's finally getting I don't know. I feel like it was all like
Auburn War Eagle. How you doing? Good afternoon from Gainesville, Florida. Tyson's a big Gator fan.
You know,
I'm a big Florida State fan.
Now, I feel like now it's actually kind of deserved. He's beaten Ohio State. You know, he manhandled the last.
Yeah,
play the last. I think now's the time.
They beat the shit out of Alabama.
Yeah, I think now's the time that we can start giving him his flowers and say, yeah, you deserve it.
I get it. I don't know why. I just have a weird feeling about this. Is this Oregon's year?
I think he's just not likable.
Like, and then if it's Oregon, Miami, then you have the whole storyline of Cristobal was at Oregon, went to Miami, come full circle. You know, just a lot of things in there.
It is. Give me Indiana. You guys, one thing also, somebody was looking at their roster, like they do not have one player under like 20 years of age.
Who, Indiana?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like all grown men.
I think they also don't have any 5 stars on their team whatsoever coming out of high school.
I think a few 4 stars.
I think they have a few 4 stars. Like one of their middle linebackers is really good, is like a no star or whatever. Yeah. Deuce Knight's going to Boston College. Wow.
Break out that paycheck, baby. Break out that
paycheck. Is Bill O'Brien still the coach at Boston College, or did he get fired? Bill O'Brien's still there?
I think they kept him.
Brother. Deuce Knight will be in the transfer portal after next year if he makes it that far. Boston College? Damn. The 5-star to Auburn. That's crazy. Whatever.
It is what it is.
When he talks, bullshit walks, I guess. Here we are.
There it is. Anything to wrap us up with, Jeffrey? It's been kind of a snoozer a little bit here. Not a whole lot going on. Just some interesting matchups.
Well, you're very opinionated about Myles Garrett getting the sack record and how it's fraudulent. And I'm
not saying it's fraudulent. However, I do believe that there needs to be 2 separate records. I mean, you have one for 16 games and one for 17 games. You can't just keep adding games and then keep a total number and say, well, now you own the NFL sack record. Well, you own the NFL sack record for 17 games, not 16. And to Justice's point, Joe Burrow had already went down. He was already on the ground.
What does that to do with anything?
It shouldn't have been a sack.
Oh, wait a minute. Whoa. How did Michael Strahan break the record?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No, I could care less.
Brett Favre took a dive, literally just sat down on the ground, and Michael Strahan touched him. So I don't.
That shouldn't have counted either.
We're out on that one. Do you remember this? Mark Gastineau went up to Brett Favre at like a autograph signing or whatever, and literally pressed him about the fact that he owes him X amount of dollars because the devaluation of what Mark Gastineau was by him giving up his sack record to Michael Strahan cost him X amount of dollars in his life and so on and so forth. So
I do remember that thing. I do remember that.
Does that have any? What about that? Miles did it with less snaps.
I mean, I just think it goes by games.
Okay,
I'm not trying to discredit the man. To your point, he's probably one of the best defensive players to ever play the game. I'm just saying he had more games to do it.
Sure, we don't have different records. Like whenever they change rules in baseball, right? Or whenever they do
they
something
don't change the number of games.
Basketball, right? Like when they added the 3-point shot, they don't have separate records saying this was the record before 3-point shooting, and this is the record after.
We're talking about statistical things. We're talking about the number of games. NBA has never changed the number of games, and the MLB has never changed the number of games.
They should.
NFL is the only greedy bastards that need to get another game in to get more money. So we can pay guys $60 million a year, and they can catch one pass in week 18 and make an extra $1.5 million.
The reason that I'm saying though is that you don't know what Myles Garrett's mindset would have been if he knew that he didn't have a week 18.
Well, he should have done it anyway. I'm not trying to take anything away from him. I'm just saying, if you have enough, he could care less about me. And
I think it's one of the greatest defensive seasons in the history of football, without a doubt.
He's definitely probably the best defensive player to put it on. The fact that he decided to stay in Cleveland to me is just mind-boggling.
Why?
Because you would think with somebody that good and that talented would want to win for once in their life.
Yeah, but you go through ups and downs in your relationship with your wife.
Not for 20 years. And where's the ups?
Not for 20 years.
Where's the ups, Jeff?
They made the playoffs like 2 years ago with Flacco.
Oh, there's the ups, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like, in a day and age where we rag on people for jumping ship to ship, right? Where we live in an NIL era where everybody takes whatever bag they want to, and you sign everybody to 1-year deals. Good for Myles Garrett to come out. All right?
The guy that said, I want out of here. I want to win. I'm tired of losing.
Another that committed to him in the very beginning. Never wavered.
No. The guy that come out and said, I don't want to be here anymore. I'm so sick and tired of losing. I want to be competitive. I want out.
You never think about that in marriage sometimes?
And then all of a sudden, here comes a big bag of money. Back the Brinks truck up. Now he's happy.
Brinks help soften the blow sometimes. You know?
Well, then you're just a wishy-washy, fraudulent guy. Stick to your guns. Carolina moved to 10.5.
Getting a big bag of money is like getting a blowjob when you're married. You know? Certain things just are a cure-all. You know?
I think that's going to do it for us today on the Uninformed Fan. It's been an absolute pleasure to be in here with you guys. Auburn Wargill, thanks for jumping in. Chad, Justice, Buff, and all of the millions and millions of people on Twitter that just decided not to comment. Really appreciate you guys stopping in.
You didn't want to bring up the fact that the Magic lost to the Bulls the other night? Jalen Suggs got absolutely posterized.
I did see that, though. Yeah, I could care less. It is what it is. NBA is blah.
LeBron's been playing a little bit better lately.
Could even care less. I got to run, boys. I got to go to work.
You don't got to go anywhere.
Got to work.
We have like 7 more minutes. What about Jeremy? You don't want to talk to Jeremy?
You can talk to Jeremy. I got to go. I got shit to do. I got to be at work.
I got to
leave in 35 minutes.
All right, let's talk about Maduro. All right, everybody have a good one.
We'll see you back here Friday, guys. 12 o'clock. Until then,
be great.
Stay out of the left-hand lane.